Hey, what's going on, y'all? This is Omar. I'm back with another video. So we're about 2 days removed from the election results. As you guys know, that President Donald Trump has been elected president for the next 4 years. He had won the electoral vote. I believe he had 292 to Kamala's 224. And so now we're kind of gearing up for those next 4 years. So I just kind of want to just I want to talk about and um, discuss the election and some of the issues that I may that I that some of the things that I've done my research on, as well as some of the issues that were being discussed in the election, and what my thoughts are about those issues. So one thing that I like to do, and I would encourage that you guys do the same thing, is that you guys should make sure that you will do your research on the candidates, do some research on these policies and these agendas prior to you making your vote. I think what a lot of people do is that they get so caught up in the propaganda and the shaming tactics that one party has towards another, or one candidate has towards another, through these commercials. And you can't be making your decisions based off of what you see on these commercials, because you'll find out that sometimes these commercials do be lying once you do your research and you do some investigation on some of these issues that take place. So what I wanted to discuss, one of the things I want to kind of touch on, is maybe some reasons why Kamala Harris ends up losing. And so what first off, I personally didn't vote for Kamala, or I didn't vote for Trump. I believe I ended up voting for a independent party candidate when it came down to the president of the United States. I believe I voted for Sam Brown, as far as the for the Nevada representative of the Senate, over Jackie Rosen. And then I know I made some choices as far as 5 judges. For the most part, as far as like those major ballot things, that the ballot candidates, those that's how I voted. And so one of the things that kind of struck me was that, well, first off, I did some research on both Kamala and President Trump. And so as far as the research I did with Trump, with regards to his political agenda, I'm not sure if anybody's aware that, while Trump was in office, there was a record low unemployment for blacks, Hispanics, Asians, and women. Unemployment was at a record low when he was in office. According to his political agenda, he is somebody that wants to hire and retain police officers and punish those violent offenders. Donald Trump is somebody that have funded HBCUs. I remember I've done research this. I researched this a few years back, where the money his salary that he made as a president, he would use that salary to help donate to these HBCUs. And so I wonder if how many black people are actually aware of that, because a lot of these HBCUs are underfunded. They may be funded for maybe notable alumni that may donate to them, but other than that, where do you think they get their funding from? So I think that's definitely something that I think maybe a lot of black people don't know about, that Donald Trump kind of behind the scenes has been helping the black community in one way, shape, or form. He also was pretty much for cutting funding for the schools that promote the gender ideology and that critical race theory. So in other words, he didn't want to fund schools that was teaching kids that there's 86 different genders. And to be honest, I will agree with him on that. I believe there's only two genders, male and female. All the extra, what you want to call it, the woke community, or the Rainbow Coalition, I think a lot of the Democratic talking points was just based on those things rather than being based on things that really matter, like the economy, making sure that we're not offshoring jobs, that we're keeping more jobs here, that the cost of living is going to decrease now with taxes getting cut. One of the things that President Trump did was that he had eliminated Obamacare. I'm not too sure if I would much rather agree with that, because I know that people who are on certain stipends, government funded stipends, to get paid that much money, they would need to get the medical treatment and care that they need. So I don't necessarily agree with that part. And then I know there's also been commercials about him cutting Medicare and Social Security, um, for those that are elderly. Hopefully, he doesn't go into that direction. So that was just one of the things that we're going to see in these next coming years. But just from the research that I've done, this is some of the stuff that I found out as far as his track record and some of the things that he's planning on doing. Now, I also have done research on Kamala Harris as well. And so one of the things that I know that she had mentioned that I heard her speak about was that she was planning on giving a $6,000 tax cut for the families with newborns. So here's my thing about with that is that she should have made some stipulation that says, okay, this is going to be geared towards, husband and wife families that have newborns. I don't think this is something that should just be doled out to just anybody. I don't think it should be doled out to single parent households. I don't think it should be doled, you know what I'm saying? I think that tax cut should be strictly for families with husbands and wives that they have newborn children. Because guess what? With this $6,000 tax cut, you're gonna have people that are just going to just be having babies just so they can get a check. And then with that additional $6,000 that they're getting, okay, if they don't have any type of financial literacy as far as how to whether save that money, how to invest in that, more than likely they're going to blow that money, and that $6,000 was pretty much going to be worth nothing. What was the point of giving you that $6,000 if all you were just going to do was just run through it and blow it anyway? So I think she should have made more of an effort as to specifying who qualifies for that $6,000, because anybody couldn't just qualify for that. It would be strictly for husband and wife families that have newborn children. I like the fact that she was planning on cutting the student loan debt and making higher education affordable, because I know a lot of us. I know I was a college student. I was privileged or had opportunity to graduate from college with little debt, as far as with the scholarships and the Pell Grants and things like that to help make education more affordable for me. So I definitely agree with her when it comes to that. Giving more capital access for small businesses, because it is the backbone of these communities. But I wasn't particularly sure as far as how she would go about doing that, because once they was asking her these questions, okay, well, what are some things that you plan on doing? She really didn't have a game plan, so I'm sure that turned a lot of folks off, or the fact that she didn't have no concrete details as far as what she wanted to do. She also had mentioned that she had, as far as her political or campaign agenda, that she wanted to make more rental units and make homes more affordable, and that she was going to create more auto jobs in the country. So those were some things that Kamala had promised. Now, one of the things that kind of took me back as far as with this presidential campaign, especially from a Democratic standpoint, is that I would be getting phone calls from the people that would call my phone. They would blow up your phone all day, every day, leading up to the election. And they would ask me, oh, hey, can we guarantee your support from Kamala? And I'm like, well, I didn't vote for neither Kamala or President Trump, to be honest with you. So you couldn't guarantee my support for her from this go around, just based off the research that I've done. And so one of the questions that they asked me was that, well, on you guys remember the ballot question? There were seven ballot questions. Question number 6 has something to do with abortion, making abortion legal as far as from a federal standpoint. And my she asked me, did I answer yes to that question as far as making it legal? And my answer with her to that was that I didn't vote for that question. I left that question blank because abortion has nothing to do with me. See, I'm not out here getting women pregnant and giving them some money on the slide, telling them that, hey, go ahead and get rid of that situation. I'm not doing that. And so this was one of the things that I felt as though you're kind of pushing the wrong type of message to the American public about this whole abortion thing. Now, I will say this: when it comes to circumstances as far as a young girl or a woman being raped, or a circumstance of incest going on in that family, or if you happen to have a couple there, and due to the wife having health issues or having a high risk pregnancy, where the best outcome would be for to terminate that pregnancy, I'm okay with that. For the record, I'm okay with that. But let's just be clear here. Let's keep it a buck. A large majority of these abortion cases are from, number one, from two consenting adults. So there's no rape going on. There's no incest going on. They're from two consenting adults, both a male and a female, whether they're underneath the influence of alcohol or not. Two consenting adults. And they're doing this, getting rid of the baby, having abortions just to cover up the mistake that they've made. See, if you don't want to have children, if you are not financially set to where you can be able to take care of a child, why are you having unprotected sex? Do you not know that one of the consequences from unprotected sex is that you could potentially get pregnant? So if you don't want a child, why are you dropping your drawers? Why can you not keep it in your pants, fellas? Ladies, why are you dropping your drawers and having unprotected sex? You can't have your cake and eat it too. You want to have unprotected sex because you like how it feels. It feels good to you, and you don't want to stop doing that, but you don't want to deal with the aftermath of the consequences that come from that. No, I have a hard time supporting that kind of logic because it doesn't make sense to me. If you're not having sex, you don't have to worry about getting an abortion now, do you? So that's kind of how I felt when it came down to the abortion thing. And that's one of the main reasons why I voted for Sam Brown. If you guys been paying attention, the Jack and Rosen commercials, they were really targeting Sam Brown, calling him an extremist because he was somebody that was going to support the national abortion ban. He's somebody that will support the national abortion ban, and they saying that, oh, he's taking away women's rights, right? So what I did was that I decided to do some research on Sam Brown, right? Do you not know that Sam Brown's wife had an abortion herself? A lot of people don't know that, and this is why you got to do your research. I also found out that Sam Brown is in fact pro-life. But he understands that he's able to make exceptions for rape, for incest, or for if the woman is having a high complication pregnancy. He's able to make exceptions for that. But the rest of those other options, no, he's saying that that's a no-go. He's pro-life for that. And I respect that and I support that. So that's one of the reasons why I voted for Sam Brown. Now, I believe Sam Brown ended up losing in the campaign. I think Jackie Rosen kind of like barely squeak by that victory over him. But that was one of the reasons why I voted for Sam Brown, along with him being a military veteran, him serving the country, him being a family man. So those are some things that I liked about Sam Brown and why I voted for him. But that just goes to show you that you can't make your decisions based off emotion. You can't make your decisions based off of the propaganda that's being put out on these commercials. You got to do your homework and do your research and really get down to the brass tacks on what these issues are. I'm all for reproductive rights. I'm all for reproductive rights. There are, I don't know, maybe 30 some different types of birth control that women have access to, and you can pick whichever birth control method that you think suits you and your body. I'm all for that. If you out here turning up in these streets and you sleep with people and you wound up getting the STD, I'm all for you going to the doctor and getting the treatment and the medication that you need to take care of that situation. That's part of reproductive rights, right? So yes, you do have rights. You do have reproductive rights. But when it comes down to having an abortion, you got to really think about that. What kind of message are you really sending these young women, that they can just be promiscuous and do whatever they want and not have any consequences? Because I'm sorry, life does not work that way. So that's why I believe that that's probably one of the main reasons why that the Democrats lost these elections, because they were under the control of those that were on the ultra left, the ultra liberals. They wanted an agenda that they're trying to push so bad, and the agenda doesn't apply to majority of the Americans. You know, I'm a heterosexual male. I'm a masculine male. So a lot of that agenda that they're trying to push doesn't I don't too much care for that. Now, if people choose to live their life, any type of lifestyle that they want, but with me, I don't too much care for that. So why are you pushing that down my throat like I'm supposed to support that? So that's why, due to the research that I've done on these candidates and these issues, that's the reason why I voted the way that I did. So I want you guys to, um, if you would like to kind of chime in as far as what were some of your takeaways from the election, and what were some of the research that you was able to find and look up that helped you determine how you was going to vote and which direction that you were leaning toward. So that's my video for today. I hope you guys enjoy it, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.